And welcome back to Death Battle Predictions. This thumbnail, by the way, although I'll put it within the description, it was made by Majora Moon. And look, it took us a while to get to the red versus blue, and admittedly, I didn't know a lot about red versus blue. I've actually never watched their series. I really should, because a little bit I've seen is actually pretty funny. But I just went on a limb, went 50-50 on who I thought was going to win because I had a 50-50 shot, and I got it right. I'm like, yeah, I got it right. So now we got Spider-Gwen versus Batgirl. And thinking on that real quickly, they said we had 10 more death battles to go through when we got Beerus and Galaxia. We've had that. We've had Gwen. We've had the werewolf fight. We've had red versus blue. Excuse me. Gwen. It was that. Red versus blue. Werewolf fight. I am blanking at this very moment on some of the other ones we've had. I'm trying to figure out how many more we have left. I think we may only have 1 or 2 left. We had Zuko versus Todoroki. I remember that. We had. I'm getting my playlist right now. My predictions. So Death Battle predictions. And there we go. Okay, so let's see here now. We had. Where are we? There we go. All right. So we had we had Beerus versus the Galaxia, Todoroki, Archie Sonic versus the Flash, Winter Soldier versus Red Hood, Venom versus Krona, Red versus Blue, Sabrewolf versus John Talbane, and now we have Batgirl versus. The next one after this will be the last one. My guess is that's going to be a pretty big special one because the end of the year one's always a big one of some kind. We'll have to wait and see what it is. But point being, we're doing Batgirl versus Spider-Gwen now. And my initial thought was, but I had to check Spider-Gwen's abilities just to be sure. I'm like, well, Batman lost to Spider-Man, and that's Batman, and Batgirl's no Batman. That's just unfortunately facts. Like, Batgirl would lose in a fight to Batman. And it's a fight to the death, oh no, Batman would kill her in a heartbeat. Does Spider-Gwen have basically the same abilities as Spider-Man? Yeah, she does. But I did notice a couple things that are different about Spider-Gwen than there was about Spider-Man. Particularly strength-wise. Well, not particularly strength-wise. Particularly strength and skill-wise. Strength-wise, she can basically press left approximately 10 tons. Spider-Man's strength apparently does exceed that to some degree. But we'll see what Death Battle really kind of brings into the fray there. One thing that really stood out to me, though, when looking it up, is that her abilities as a fighter. Spider-Man is actually a master of martial arts because he has his spider fu with his spider sense. Apparently, her spider sense also is actually unreliable. Gwen has a sixth sense that's typically alerts her to danger, a spider sense, although it's proven unreliable. This was most likely due to the damage sustained by the web of life in Destiny rather than relative weakness of the power than compared to other spider totems. So, unfortunately, her spider sense isn't as effective as Peter Parker's is, or Miles Morales' So that does play a serious factor in here. Add on to the fact that she's a skilled freestyle fighter, but she learned most of her moves from Kung Fu movies. Cindy Moon, who the hell is Cindy Moon? Cindy Moon, who is some character of some kind, carrying a righteous gauntlet. Anyway, it basically said she doesn't know how to throw a proper punch, which is actually pretty key. Now, she does have some pretty solid detective skills, apparently. But compared to someone like Barbara Gordon, it's probably not very comparable in terms of a fight, in terms of analyzing your opponent. Batgirl, on the other hand, we know she's not superhuman, but she is highly acrobatic. She's not as skilled as Batman in the fight, but she is a very solid martial artist. There was a line in the Killing Joke movie, which, again, it's not... They really didn't do Batgirl much justice in that movie. But point being, where she complained to her friend about, her being his best student. I'm like, no, you get that ego right out of there right now, Missy. Any of the Robins kick your ass under the table in a week. any day, any week, any time, any month, any place. Any one of the Robins would kick your ass in a fair fight to the death. or in a straight fight to the death. So yeah, but that's not to say that she is weak. No, she's very capable. Like in terms of martial arts, she knows several different fighting styles, including the fighting style that Batman has ultimately taught her. She's more athletic than Batman, though, because she is, she's got a more, think words here. Her physique is thinner, as she's more lithe, therefore she's more acrobatic in nature, comparatively. She's not as physically strong as someone like Batman, though, so she has to compensate through other means. She is, though, highly intelligent, being Oracle after she gets paralyzed. She's also highly skilled in deduction, just like Batman or Nightwing is, which means, like in Nightwing's fight with Daredevil, she would be able to analyze her opponent's weaknesses and possibly take advantage of them. Then add on to the fact that she wears very potent body armor. She wields more or less the same arsenal Batman does, just probably to a lesser extent. He probably keeps like a kryptonite ring and stuff like that for himself. But yeah, she's got batarangs, grappling hooks, bolas, smoke bombs. I don't think she has a little taser gauntlets, though. She doesn't have that. But yeah, she's a very capable combatant. So the question is, do these alternate versions or female versions of their main counterparts, Batman, Spider-Man, Spider-Gwen, Batgirl, does the Spider still take out the Bat? Because remember, the Spider-Man beat Batman when they did the fight with him. And honestly, I agreed with the fight. I didn't like that Batman lost. Never like when Batman loses, but I agreed with the outcome. Just like I agreed with Black Panther and when he fought Black Panther. And I agreed with it when he fought Captain America. So would it be the same in my opinion? Well, in my opinion, and it's just my opinion, I think I'm actually going to be giving this one to Batgirl. I think Batgirl specifically holds the edge in detective capabilities and hand-to-hand combat. And she actually has a lot of gadgets on her, which could still harm Gwen in some ways. I mean, like, nothing Batman threw at Spider-Man in their fight really did any permanent damage. It was more like phasing than anything else, but still hurt. Spider-Gwen is not really as powerful as standard Peter Parker, unfortunately, as far as we can tell. But she is still quite a powerful Spider character. So we still got to give her at least some credibility there. Absolutely. But I think, and it'll probably be a drawn out fight too. Like, she's durable enough to take Batgirl's hits. No problem. So it really comes down to, do I think one wins over the other because of what reason or the other? And I think Batgirl is taking out Spider-Gwen due to more skill, better detective abilities, and her arsenal. Ultimately, though, what do you think of the comments below? Let me know. But thanks. I'm sure people are going to disagree with me no matter who I choose. And it's fine. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Put your comments in below, your suggestions, your thoughts. Hit that bell if you want notifications. I've got still my what if that has to be put up today. And then I got to pre-record my videos for tomorrow. So I've still got a bunch to do tonight. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, though.